Morning, everyone. Hope you have a lovely, lovely day. We have a great sunrise here on the set of Halo. I got them sleepy eyes. Enjoy your day.
Get ready for Infinite.
Get ready for Infinite.
Get ready for the TV show. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's going to be
Halo.
Things are going to get real exciting real quick with Halo, and I know it's been a long wait. And ended up being longer than we even anticipated because of COVID and all that. But I really believe that it will be worth the wait. And what Jen is involved with as far as the Showtime series is concerned, you know, the head explodes at the thought of what's coming with that.
If you just learned about the Halo TV show and you're looking for a full breakdown, this is not that video. Check the video that I made late last year. That is, if you had the patience for an almost 30-minute long video. I'm sorry that it was so long. But despite the fact that it was made in September of last year, it is mostly, sadly, up to date. It's got most of the cast in there, it's got the detail of the news prior to the release of the show. Believe me, I wish it weren't up to date. I kept waiting and waiting to publish an update video like this, hoping that since last September, a trailer, a teaser, cast photos, or something would be released that I could talk about, but very little news trickled out. However, given the show's new release date of early 2022, it only makes sense that the production was delayed, and so would the news now be. Finally, after 6 months, there has been enough news that I feel justified in making another video. On another note, if you're looking for a video which is pessimistic, about why the show is a bad idea or it's going to fail, this is not that video. Because at the end of the day, I'm not really a negative member of the community. I think that there's enough really talented YouTubers who have made videos about why the TV show is a bad idea or it's going to fail. There have been, goodness knows, enough news stories, and anytime something on social media gets posted about the TV show, especially by 343 Industries or Showtime, people in the comments beneath it are jumping on saying it's a bad idea. So there's enough vocal negative voices that I feel like it's okay if I talk about it more positively. Because unless I see it, I'm not going to talk bad about it. I want it to be good. So I'm going to just keep this video as factual as possible and leave my opinion out of it mostly. So this video is going to go over all the news and theories that I have found stalking on the internet in my very little spare time. This includes cast updates, set photos, interviews, and some possibly leaked on-set images. The first news to break about the show, after all that silence, was about the Cortana Recast. The initial cast announcements for the Halo TV series had announced that English actress Natasha McElhone would be pulling double duty, playing as the renowned blue AI Cortana and her creator Dr. Halsey. This is in keeping with the tradition of having them voiced by the same person, a nod to the circumstances of Cortana's creation. However, it was announced that Natasha McElhone would stay on in the show as Dr. Halsey, while American voice actress and the original Cortana, Jen Taylor, would be brought on to do her beloved character. This was announced a few weeks before photos were released of Jen Taylor on set. She's even talked a little about being in Budapest to film in this virtual Comic-Con interview I found.
They just had a moment when I was just in Budapest, and I was coming home from Budapest, and I haven't told you this, Steve, the gentleman at customs said, asked me some questions, said, well, what have you been doing in Budapest? And I said, oh, I've been working. And he said, really? What have you been working on? And I said, a TV show. And he said, please be more specific. So I said, Halo TV show. And the guy sitting next to him just lost it. He said, I knew it was you. I could hear it. I knew it was you. And I got through customs really fast after that, man. I was like, woo!
I am very happy to see that Cortana, the Cortana that we all know and love, and let's be honest, Jen Taylor is synonymous with Cortana to us, will be in the show. Though I am mildly curious why Natasha McElhone had to back out of it. They said it was due to scheduling conflicts, which I suppose with the quarantine is possible, but I'm pretty sure Natasha will be there to film more scenes as Halsey later on as well, so who knows. There is no word yet if Cortana will appear as her holographic avatar, or if she will merely be a voiceover, or just a slightly hinted at presence in the show. As soon as I learn more, I'll update you all on that. I've sort of accepted at this point that given I have so little time to make videos with work and school anyway, I'll be focusing on Halo audiobooks and audio plays, and news about the TV show. The first officially released photos from the set outside of actors' social media were released in early 2021 in an update from Cannon Fodder. 4 photos were shown. The first was the one that we already shared of Jen Taylor on set. The next was the arm of a Sangheili wrapped in plastic. This is probably a prop, a corpse for a battlefield maybe, or something like that. It's nice to know that they're using practical effects in any case. Though I hope for a living, breathing Covenant will have more practical effects to aid realism, more than they used in Nightfall, for example.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
There was a photo of human weapons. I assume it's a BR variant, but I don't know what kind. Don't come at me, guys. The details of the ships and the weapons is my weakest part of the lore, okay? I could tell you the detailed minutiae of the story arcs and character backgrounds, but reciting ship classes or weapon variants, I don't care as much, I'm sorry. Filming on set has resumed, as I mentioned in the first video, though some photographs of the cast on set, masked and working, have slowly been shown, proving that the production is indeed happening despite COVID restrictions. Master Chief's actor in a mask shaped like the lower half of a Mjolnir helmet, for example. Not really much to say on that point, besides the fact that they are filming currently. Shabana Azmi, who plays Margaret Perengoski, the shadowy head of the Office of Naval Intelligence, posted on social media a farewell to Budapest late last year, but mentioned she would be returning in March to resume filming. Presumably, that means that Perengoski will play more than a short walk-on role if she was needed for at least 2 different blocks of filming, which is more than what we know Jen Taylor had to do for the show. No clue yet on when filming will wrap, but I suspect it will be well into summer when that happens, if not the fall. Now, this bit of news has already been widely circulated among social media and Halo news outlets. Most Halo news that I find seems to fly under the radar, or when it's brought up by someone, any attempt at hyping the community is immediately squashed by that pile-on of fans saying that the show is going to be bad, which, trust me, I get the instinct. But in this one instance, this bit of news broke through the barrier and made the rounds, so I trust I don't need to go into too many details on this. Basically, on Facebook, someone in Hungary posted these alleged photos of the Halo show filming. There are only a few warthogs known in existence, so that does lend some credence to the claims. One of the 2 photos is a somewhat blurry shot, showing military police in fatigues and in chest plates standing by the warthog. The UNSC symbol you can see imprinted on the back of the chest piece looks expensive and detailed, so if this isn't from the TV show, I'd bet this is from a live-action commercial. Though it's unlikely, given Infinite will take place on Zeta Halo and will have little to do with colonies, I'd imagine. I later stumbled on this photo, which no one is mentioning weirdly. I blurred his face out because I don't know how NDAs work, and I would hate it if this young extra getting his first break sent the photo to a friend when he wasn't supposed to, who unwisely shared it on social media. Like, yeah, I'll just out him to the world, why don't I? So, just to be safe, that's why I blurred his face out, to protect his anonymity. Maybe that's overkill. I thought the armor pieces when I first saw this photo looked a bit, I don't know how to put it, wonky? But it appears to match this guy from the leaked photos, so it is very likely that this guy is what some of those guys look like in the front. This doesn't tell us much besides the fact that it will have some time on UNSC territory, which, was kind of obvious. The more I learn about it, the more of an expanse feel I'm starting to get. Also, one thing I did want to mention is that these men in the photo are military police. And on social media, Pablo Schreiber and Yeren Ha, 2 cast members from the show, thanked and complimented an actor called Claudius Peters, who is supposed to play MP Malia. Now, I'm no rocket scientist, but MP normally stands for military police, so maybe this is what his armor, outfit, uniform looked like. I don't know. Now this news, this took me by surprise. Paramount Plus, which is the rebranded version of the streaming service CBS All Access, announced that the TV show, still produced by Showtime, would launch on Paramount. The tweet revealed the title logo for the show, saying, "Suit up, Spartans." Now, there is two ways you can look at this. And if there's one thing I do religiously, it's play devil's advocate. One, it's good news. Paramount Plus is looking to rebrand itself. Besides Star Trek, it doesn't have very many instantly recognizable titles, unlike Showtime, which already has some industry heavyweights on its roster. So it probably shelled out a lot of money to receive the exclusive streaming rights to the show. It's safe to say that they were given a glimpse of the product before investing, which is very good news. I don't know why I said it's safe to say, because in fact I did find out that CBS investors were shown exclusive footage from the TV show in an investor's briefing. So why would they pay for a flagship title if they didn't think it would be any good for the rebranding as a more cinematic and exclusive experience? On the other hand,
he's an honest, hard worker. But on the other hand,
why would Showtime give that up? If Halo is all that, and it's turning out amazing, it's their Game of Thrones as they put it, their Amazon's Lord of the Rings series, why would they give it up unless they smell blood in the water? Honestly, there's no way to know. Unless any of you with more business insider info than me wants to jump in on the comments, I'll leave it there. But it was surprising news to say the least. Interviews from cast and producers have cropped up too, but before I get into that, there's something I feel I need to address. A tweet that caused division among Halo fans.
I'm Captain Obvious.
A fan said that they were excited to see, and I quote, Pablo Schreiber's voice acting and impression of Master Chief. Schreiber responded saying, "I don't do impressions, I play characters. While everyone knows the Master Chief, this show is an opportunity for all of us to get to know John. Thank you for your kind words. We are all working incredibly hard to bring something to the screen that everyone can get behind." I don't think that this means that he won't try to sound like Steve Downes. What this sounds like to me is an actor responding with some ego, saying that they're playing a character, not filling a vessel. And honestly, actors, for good or bad, what they do is an art, and that makes them artists. And no artist wants to think that they're being paid to make copies instead of creating original art. So I think it's just a bit of artist pride coming through, you know? I just think fans were too quick to get angry when we literally haven't heard him speak yet. I don't think that this deserved the immediate vitriol it received, though I agree, it definitely put me on my guard. During the course of my research for this new update video, and you can put stalking in the subtext of that statement, I did find out that the Halo show is filming at Korda Studios in Hungary. Now, this lead didn't turn out to be as good as I hoped it would. I didn't find out a whole lot. I did find out that Korda Studios has the biggest soundstage in Europe. And in fact, when I looked at photos of this massive soundstage that you can film battle scenes in or entire buildings inside, it looks a lot like the set that you can see behind Master Chief's actor in this one Instagram photo. So they're probably filming some sort of, probably in the soundstage. That's not really groundbreaking news, but you can see that the sand underneath Pablo Schreiber in this scene is the same. They have sand underneath Jen Taylor in this scene, and maybe I'm reading into it, but maybe that means that in this soundstage they have constructed either a beach scene or some kind of sandy planet. The ruins behind Jen Taylor also remind me a lot of the sets in Halo 2 on the Halo ring. And again, I don't think that's at all what that is, because that wouldn't make any sense with the timeline. But I don't know, thought it was interesting, thought it was worth pointing out. Korda Studios has a number of period set pieces. They've got a medieval village, a Renaissance city, and a New York City set. I don't think the Renaissance village or the medieval village are going to be used at all, but the New York City set they could easily dress up to be kind of a more modernist, futuristic colony or something like that. And they're probably using the sound stages to have most of their sets on. They also have a large water tank at their disposal, so I guess, hey, if they want to do any kind of underwater fight scenes or whatever, they would have the capabilities. But yeah, that's pretty much all I found for Korda Studios. I did try looking up on social media people that had tagged Korda Studios and to see if there was anything in the background. There really isn't that much besides the actors on set, so I don't know. I'll keep my eyes on this and I'll update you guys of anything else that I find out. There have been a number of interviews with the cast and the crew. Kiki Wolfkill, a producer who works at 343 Industries, said the forbidden words, "This show won't please everyone," again to a chorus of boos, which it's true, the show's not going to please everyone. In fact, judging by social media, there's some people who will refuse to get behind it. Pablo Schreiber, when doing press tours for the show defending Jacob, talked a little bit about it, but mostly he just said he wasn't sure what he was allowed to say. And Shabana Azmi talked a little bit about filming on the show and how wonderful it is to work with Schreiber and Natasha McElhone. Instead of reading those interviews out to you guys, I've linked them in the description so that you can join me as a stalker of the show and research it yourself to your own conclusion. So, in summary, for this 6-month update, the show is over half done. Paramount Plus will now be streaming it. Jen Taylor is cast as Cortana, and there are photos from the set. I hope you guys enjoyed this update video and that it was everything you wanted. I'm so sorry it took me so long to make it. Like I said, I work full-time and I am in college, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching.
Wait a minute. This isn't my world. Disappointed!